Okay, new whatchamacallit, mystical beast of the forest. The archetype now apparently. Okay, so if this card is sent from the hand to the graveyard, you can target two other beast, destroyer, winged beast, insect, or plant monsters with different types in your graveyard. Shuffle them into the deck, and if you do, spell summon this card. Okay. And if this card is not spell summon, you can search one mystical beast or mystical spirit of the forest, except this game. You're gonna use this effect once per turn. Okay. So, well, the second effect is, yeah, I mean, it's the standard search effects. We're gonna copy paste like any searcher on summon. So let's focus on the first effect. If this card is sent from the hand to the graveyard, so we could use any Burning Abyss as the base. This. Let me grab the functions as well. Okay, so let's see, what do we need to change? We need to, this needs category to deck as well, since it returns the targets to the deck. Single trigger O, damage step delay so it doesn't miss timing, event to grave, hard once per turn. Then we're going to add a condition, which we can copy from Sank and pretty much this one. But instead of checking the field, it's gonna be checking the hand, because it needs to be sent from the hand to the graveyard. Okay. 0. Get someone to deck, blah blah. Okay, so this seems fine. Oh, it needs target. It can target, so let me grab the target flag real quick. Target. Okay. Yeah, it does target, okay. Okay, so now let's fix these up. Shuffle them in the deck if you do pass on this card. Okay, so we do need to check the zones that you have an available zone, and we also need to check that this card can be special summoned. So we don't need this. Okay, let's see, it's going to be this card. It's going to be used a couple of times, so. And then of course we need to check that there are targets. Now this is going to be the trickiest part, not too complicated, but a bit tricky. We could go the lazy route, the simple route, and since it only targets 2, we could make it target 1 and then target another one that's different. Or we could use our good old friend, the select unselect, select unselect group function, which would make it way better. This one. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to put make a group with all the available cards in the graveyard that could be targeted by this card. Okay, so get matching group. It needs to be in our graveyard. Location grave. Okay. It needs to be except this card. Let's is you need to target 2 others. Function player, so okay. And then TD filter, I'm going to replace this. Filter. Okay, and now we need to do, it needs to be a specific type, and we need to be able to be shuffled into the deck. So, is able to deck. There we go. And C is race. No. Ooh, okay. I think the tri brigades do something similar, so we don't have to write all the different races. Okay, it's just a new constant here. Okay, so let's do. Okay, put it here. Local race. What does it do again? Beast, Beast Warrior, Winged Beast, which is this. In addition to insects and plants, so race, insect plus race, plant. And let's name it. This is just a variable that's going to be used in the specific script just to make it easier, so we don't have to paste this whole thing every time. Let's just name it race forest. Makes sense. They're all forest animals, so he's able to deck and he's race forest. So TG is gonna have all the monsters in the graveyard that fit this criteria, except this one, which we excluded here. And then we need to have empty zones, and this can be special summoned. That's not sexy. Because it targets 2, it cannot be redirected. Okay, so we need to have an empty zone for this to be special summoned. This should be able to be special summoned, and this is going to be doing the check for the targets. Oh yeah, we also need to do another thing here. I just thought, okay, we need to, since we're not using the his existing target functions, we need to check it manually. So it can be effect target. Where is it? There we go. Let's see. This can be effect target E. So we need to pass the effect here. Okay, so TG are all the race forest monsters that can be returned to the deck and can be targeted by this effect in our graveyard. And then this is where the magic happens. We need the res gun. Of course we're going to edit it a little bit, but okay, so this needs to be what do they need to be again? Different types or something? With different types. So we're going to use get class count. Get class count. SG is the so select group is basically like a recursive function. So you select something and then the game recalculates and changes the prompt and shows you what you can select now based on your first selection. So the moment you select a beast monster, it's gonna recalculate and remove all the beast monsters from the selection, and then you can deselect the one you selected if you want to go back basically. That's what this does. Okay, so get class count card is race needs to be or rather get raise, not raise raise. Needs to be equal to the number that we have selected. So if we have picked 2 cards, the number of races needs to be 2. If we have picked 1, it needs to be 1, etc. So we cannot pick the same one again, pretty much. So this is what this is gonna do to check for that. This is gonna be in the operation info. We need to return the targets to the deck. So let's check like both of avarice. Both. This one. Okay. TG. Okay. And now we need to do the actual targeting, so this is going to be the line, basically. Oh, not this part. Not RG, ST, I named it. 2, rescon, hint message to deck. And then let me double check what the rest of these are, because I don't remember these parameters. Hint message, and then we have cancel con, break con, cancelable. Okay, so this needs to be false, and everything else should be correct. Okay, and then because we're not using the target function, we need to make them the targets of the effect. Set target cards. I think this is the correct one. It's going to be TG. So then over here, when we use the function to get the targets of the effect, this is going to work correctly. Alright, so resolution. First it shuffles them into the deck, and if you do, you special summon this card. So we need to get the targets. Get the target. So TG are the stuff we targeted in the graveyard. It says shuffle them, so it doesn't need to shuffle everything. At least one. Where's the shuffle? Return to deck effects. It's in the deck value, yeah. Okay, so okay, we're going to need part of this as well. To have at least one valid target. Wait, no, it's not. It has to be 0. Okay. So if there are no targets, or the targets that are related to this effect are 0, so they have all moved from the graveyard, then the effect's gonna end and it's not gonna do anything. Otherwise, we proceed to return them to the deck. So send to deck, and then we need to check that at least one ended up in the deck. created group. So this is the group that was just returned back to the deck. Is exists. Card. Oops. Card is location. Oops. Put it in parentheses. There needs to be at least one that's either in the deck or in the extra deck. Location. Extra. Oops. Extra. There we go. Function count nil. Function count nil. Okay. Right, so if they were sent to the deck, it's out of the way. Okay, so if they were sent to the deck, and there's at least one in the deck or the extra deck, so it was shuffled correctly pretty much, then we need to special summon this card. Of course, there needs to be room as well, so. And there's room. And we also, and this needs to be related to the effect as well. So, C is related to effect E, then here we're going to do the special summon, but first I need to do this again, up here. Okay, and now let's copy the special summon part. It's gonna be G, face up, okay. We don't need this. Alright, so in the operation, so basically when the effect resolves, C is this card, TG are the targets. If there are no targets or none of them are still related to the effect, then we stop the resolution and then we send them to the deck. If there's at least one in the deck or the extra deck, and there's room, and this card is still related to this effect, then we special summon this card. Boom. That should be the first effect done. Okay, we're going to test it in a minute. Actually, this is not used anywhere else, so might as well just do this. Yeah, I thought for a minute that it was being used for the other effect as well, but it's not. So, and it would save us some space if we used it multiple times, but it doesn't make much of a difference now. Anyway, special summon. So the other effect is the search effect. So it searches if it's normal special summoned. Yeah, this is basically Satellarite Deneb, excluding the flip summon. So let's copy this. We don't need these two. This needs to be E2. We don't need the flip summon. And this is for the special summon. Okay, so to hand. It's hard once per turn, right? You can only use each effect. Plus 100. Yep. Spam butter here. Then step delay. Yeah, if this goes on the doesn't. Summon success, single, and search. Let's fix this. And then we need the functions. Let's go down here. This is going to be th filter, htg, and tg, and thop. And then this needs to go here and here. And then here we need to add the new archetypes. I have them up here. Okay. So this is mystical beast of the forest, and this is the mystical spirit of the forest. Okay, but all this should be correct because it's copy pasted from Deneb. There shouldn't be any issues there. Okay, boom, delay, this timing. Okay, so let's test it. Okay, so first of all, we need some of the archetype to search. So let's just dump them in the deck. These are the cards you can search. Well, it cannot search itself, but yeah. And then we need monsters of this type in the graveyard. So there's just ways to just use Foolish Barrier for that. We need beasts, beast warriors, winged beasts, insects, or plants. Actually, this might be easier to test in a puzzle. So let's do a puzzle. What's his name? Carpiponica or something. Carpiponica. That has to be in our hands, and we're going to discard it with like Dark World Dealings or something. The simplest way. And then, okay. Beast of the forest. We need to search something. Spirit of the forest. It's only this guy. And then we need stuff in the graveyard to target, so this guy is plant. We can add this plant in the graveyard. Beast of the forest. So this one is beast, so that works. Use Wolf for the Beast Warrior. Winged Beast, let's do the lady. She's gonna turn into Harpy Lady, but whatever. And we need an insect. Or rather, what's the one that's like a ball? Whatever, I don't remember, so let's just go with Cookie Board. Oh, it's Cookie Pole, this one. Because the art is funny. Okay, Beast, Beast Warrior, Winged Beast, Insect Plant. Everything should be in the graveyard. Now let's add a dragon. So that we check that you cannot target a dragon. Am I blind? Blue is white. There we go. Okay, and then we need something to draw with Dark World Dealings, and the opponent needs something to draw as well. And we should be good. So let's try it out. Okay, so what is this? Okay, there's no errors, so which is a good sign. Okay, I can use it. Okay, so I can target all these. I cannot target the blue bias, which is a good start. And now if I pick this, it refreshes. I should have added more than one of the same type. I'll do it in a minute. So we target these two. I shuffle back. Let's get special summoned. didn't shuffle the deck. What was this mean? Since a deck targets player sequence reason. What's the shuffle? Okay, so sequence 0 I think is top. Yeah, so we need to change this 0 to a deck shuffle. So you just place them at the top of the deck now. That's fine. So this is the search effect, and we can search one of these two. Yeah, you can also search lady. What else was in the deck? Okay. So let me quickly add more copies of the cards in the graveyard. So let's just double this, triple this. To make sure you cannot pick multiples of the same type. So now, if I pick Gokipo, there shouldn't be any insects here. See, they're all gone. If I deselect it, they're all back. So that was great. If I pick the Beast Warrior, there are no Beast Warriors, etc. So pick these two, it gets shuffled back, this guy is special summoned, deck is shuffled, and this triggers in a new chain to search whatever you want. Okay, very nice. Should be done. Let's double check the script real quick. Descriptions, special summons deck, trigger, target, damage step delay, event to grave, hard ones per turn. Okay, hand search, single trigger O, summon success but some success, right? If this guy is normal or special summoned, damage delay, blah blah. Okay. Needs to be in the hand previously before it goes to the graveyard. Disable deck and Beast Warrior, Wing Beast, Insect Plant. Things can be targeted by the effect. I did not forget to pass E here. There's room. This guy can be special summoned. And select. Equals can be okay, it's fine. And then you select your targets, set the targets. You can take over your deck. Grave, press summon from the grave, and then get the targets. If there are no targets or none of them are related to the effect, then stop. And then shuffle them into the deck. If there's at least one in the deck or extra deck, after they got shuffled, and there's room, and this card itself is still related to the effect, then special summon this card, face up, special summon this card, yes. And then the search is just the two archetypes. Monster cannot sort itself, use a hand. Yeah, I think all is good. Pass stage to this, don't need anything else. Yeah, okay. Alright, so he's done. Okay, so took only 30 minutes. Well, this effect was copy pasted 100%, pretty much. So it was only this effect, and it wasn't too complicated. Like the targeting stuff, there were some details we needed to be careful about. But other than that, it was pretty fine. Okay, so I'm gonna end the stream now. Upload the card to the game. Thanks for watching. I might do the new Xyz Legend today. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Okay, bye bye. Peace. Thanks for watching.